Hello chaps, I am English. As an English person, I know a thing or two about English, and I also know that there are lots of differences between the different types of English that are spoken all over the world. Today, we are going to be finding out a little bit more about the differences between British English and English from, what was that country? Really, I think it's quite famous. Oh yeah, America. We'll start on here. The differences between UK and US English aren't huge. If you speak American English, British people will understand you. The reverse is also true. However, there are some weird places where the two dialects are different. The most common one is with this bit of road that pedestrians walk on. The British call this a pavement, whereas the Americans say sidewalk. Things also look different in both countries. On the left is a post box from the UK, but on the right is a mailbox from the US. Lastly, what the Americans call pants, these clothes in the middle here, the British call trousers. When British people say pants, we mean underwear. This can lead to some quite funny misunderstandings. But what we really want to show you today are some of the less well-known differences between the US and the UK. For this, I'm going to need some help from across the pond. Hi Maddox, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm good, Tom. How are you?
I'm not too bad, Are you ready for the competition?
I think I'm ready. I've got some real stumpers for you.
Oh, I'm excited. I'll be very interested to know who wins on this one. So yes, for those of you
Oh yeah, me too.
those of you that have just joined us, my name is Tom, and I will be representing the UK in this competition.
And I'm Maddox, and I'll be representing the United States.
Okay, we have both prepared 5 pieces of language to test each other's language skills. I have prepared 5 things that are more common in Britain, that I think that maybe Maddox and other Americans might not know about. And Maddox, you've done the same. Lovely.
Yes.
We will go one at a time. So I will start because my country is older. I think that allows me to start. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
All right, if you say so, sure.
We'll do one question at a time. You can keep track on the scores up on the top, and you'll be able to see explanations down at the bottom. So, Maddox, for you to start with, I have a pronunciation question. As we know,
Okay.
there are quite a lot of differences between UK and US pronunciation. So what I will do is I will type this in the chat box at the bottom. And I want to know if you can pronounce this in British English, please.
All right. Okay. I believe you would say this oregano.
Oh,
Am I close?
that was a shockingly good British accent. I'm impressed.
Wow,
Well
thank
done.
you.
So British English, oregano, and American English, oregano. Okay, so you have a point, but
Yes.
obviously it's still all to play for.
So the first one that I have for you is a phrasal verb,
Okay.
and it is to break, but specifically to break a bill, like a dollar or a pound bill.
Okay. So first difference here, I would call that a note, not a bill.
Right.
So let's start
Yeah.
with the differences. I'm glad you said to break a bill, as in a dollar, because initially I thought this would be like to split a check. So if you have 6 people and you divide it by 6, but breaking a bill, like breaking a £10 note or a $20 bill, is like getting change. So you might exchange a $20 bill for a 10, a 5, and then some dollars and nickels and dimes and small change. Am I right?
Yeah, exactly,
Okay.
exactly right.
I have some more difficult ones for you though. This is going to get more difficult,
right.
I think.
I'm ready.
So,
Bring it on.
the next word for you is a word that is reasonably common in Britain, especially in England, and especially in cities. and it is the word skint. Viewers, you can see this spelled out at the bottom, the word skint. And it is an adjective. That's the clue you can get. It's an adjective.
I've actually never heard this word before, I think. Can I ask for it in a sentence, or is that too much of a hint?
Oh, I feel that's a lot. That's a lot of a hint. But
Okay,
you,
all
you
right.
gave me a sentence last time, so I will give you a sentence.
Okay, thank
Let's
you.
say there are two friends, and one says, "Oh, do you want to go to a restaurant this evening?" And they go, "Oh no, actually, could we just hang out at yours? I'm skint."
Okay, so based on that, I'm gonna say it means you are low on money,
Yeah,
low on
okay.
cash.
You got that from context, which is a big part of
Right.
language learning, so I'll accept it.
Okay, so this one is specifically pretty common in the South.
Okay,
And my parents say it a lot because they went to school in Virginia.
okay.
So even if they're not from the South, they picked up some phrases. And the word or the phrase is "all get out," and it functions as a noun.
All get out as a noun. Okay,
Yes,
that
kind of a
that
block noun.
that's thrown me completely. I presume that was a version of a phrasal verb. I guess. Is it a party? I'm so
No,
wrong.
definitely not a party. But I
Okay,
mean, I can see,
okay. So
all a
first
big
point
group.
lost to the
Yeah.
UK. What does it mean then?
Okay, so it basically means the same thing as the word anything, or like specifically like anything, like it's used in a comparison. So, for example, you might say, the baby just wouldn't stop crying last night. He was loud as all get out.
Okay, that was a good
Yeah,
one. That was a good one. Right.
yeah, I got you.
You're in the lead. You're in the lead, but it's all to play for. I can still pull this back. This
We'll
one
see.
might be the most difficult one. I think this is the most British one.
Oh
You
man,
might be familiar with the word fancy as an adjective, meaning kind of
yeah.
posh. I'd say, oh, this big hall with all the nice lights and chandeliers is very fancy. But in
Hmm.
Britain, we commonly use fancy as a verb. And this has two very similar but definitely different meanings. I'm happy to give you half a point for each.
Okay. I did not know because I've heard it as a verb, but I didn't realize there were two meanings because I
They're
think
very similar.
I've only heard it. Okay. Well, I've heard it to mean you want something or you would
Okay.
like something,
Okay.
right?
I'm
Is
happy to
that
give you
correct?
half a point for that. That's the first one.
I think the other meaning might be that you like someone specifically. Like you don't just want something to have, but you also want someone. You like someone.
Okay. I'm gonna give you that. You're really close because
Oh no, am I?
fancying someone is very much about physical attraction as opposed to liking somebody for their
Ah,
personality. Yeah, very important to get those to make sure you know those. But you took a wild stab in the dark and you got it right. So well done.
thanks. Um, okay, so I have another sort of uh, comparison phrase,
Okay.
I guess you could call it. Um, and the phrase is uh, white on rice. Usually like something something like white on rice.
Like white on rice. So you would say that is like white on rice, and that's a common phrase. I'm going to have to guess here. Learning from context, very important in language learning. Is it
Right?
that they are
Yeah.
very similar? They don't stick out. Like, is it if you put white on rice, it wouldn't stick out, it wouldn't be obvious. So they're kind of very similar, there's not a
Mm,
big difference. No. Okay,
I'm
cool.
sorry, you're actually getting further now.
Getting further away. No.
Maybe I should just tell you.
I think you should. I will concede the points here. I can't win this. Okay.
Right, yeah.
So, round 4. For you, I have a British cultural event that I want you to try and guess what it is. And I
Oh,
feel
think I
you
know
already know
going.
what it's going to be because twice this week you've already told me that you can never remember what this cultural event is about, even though you Google it every year. So on the 5th of November, British people celebrate Bonfire Night. I'm
Right.
going to give you the point if you can give me an all right amount of detail, not a small amount of detail on this. Because I know
Yeah.
you've Googled it in the last week.
Oh my gosh, I'm regretting saying that to you right now. Okay. So November 5th is Guy Fawkes night.
Okay, you've got the other name for it.
And
Very good.
right, yeah. And I know that you celebrate by having bonfires
Okay, yeah.
and specifically you burn like effigies of the like Guy Fawkes, right? Like Mr. Guy Fawkes.
Very, very
And
formal way of addressing him. Yep, Mr. Guy Fawkes.
I don't know. Well, and I don't know if he deserves that level of formality because I know that what he did is he burned down. I think he succeeded. I think he did burn down the Parliament building, which is like the government building
Okay,
for you guys.
I'm going to give you
I
half
think
a
that's all I
point.
can give you.
I'm going to give you half
Okay.
a point. You are correct. We make bonfires and we burn effigies of Guy Fawkes on it, but he did not succeed in blowing up the Parliament
Oh
building.
no.
Him and his accomplices were caught as they were rolling gunpowder under the Houses of Parliament.
This is good actually because you just asked me a cultural question.
Okay.
And I have another. I ended up with so many phrasal verbs, but this one's also very cultural.
Yes, do recommend checking out Maddox's American phrasal verbs course if you do have chance. There's a link in the description below.
Yes, that's true. There's so many phrasal verbs in American English that I mean, there's like millions that I haven't even said here. But okay, so the one that I have, the phrasal verb is to jump the shark.
Okay. I know this one. This is from,
No, really?
Is it Happy Days with the Fonz?
Yes.
Am I thinking of the right show? And at one point, he jumps over a shark pit on a motorcycle, I think. So the phrase
Something like that.
The phrase "jump the shark" is like to overdo something. It's silly. It's a bit too far. It's desperate.
You are absolutely correct.
Yes.
You got. There's nothing else for me to
There's
say.
a band in the UK called Jump the Shark. Okay, lovely. So, let's go through onto our final one then. So this one might be easy. It might not. I actually can't tell. I'm going to give you the American English for something, and I want you to tell me the British equivalent. The American English one is kindergarten.
I'm actually not sure because I know that kindergarten is very American, but I didn't know that there was a British equivalent. I'm gonna guess. Is it just called like first year?
Oh, is that your final answer?
I guess it shouldn't be.
It's
maybe...
so first year is usually what we would say for teenagers arriving at university. So they are your first years. I think you call them freshmen. We call them freshers.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that would be a first year. Year one happens at British primary school, what you call elementary school.
Right.
But a kindergarten is, I believe, for kind of age 2 to 3 up to about age 4 to 5.
Oh, I see what you mean.
That kind of kindergarten.
Right. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. If that wasn't what you were thinking of, I'll give you one more shot then. So the school that children go to when they are about 2 until they are about 4 or 5.
Okay. Yeah, because in the US, we would usually call the first year of primary school kindergarten. And then, but then there's the program that you can do before that, which we would call preschool. And I'm going to guess you guys would say nursery school, maybe?
Really didn't think you'd get that. Yes, nursery.
Oh, did I get it? Oh.
In all of that, you managed to drop half a point, I think, by my maths. So well done.
Right.
I can't win, but I'm more than happy to kind of have a consolation prize of getting this last one, hopefully.
Okay, so this is another sort of phrase that functions as one noun. And that phrase is, and I think this will be tricky for you, the real McCoy.
Okay, the real McCoy. I think...
Like the name, like McCoy.
I know the one you mean because you think this is an American saying, but this is a Scottish saying. And I live in Scotland.
Really?
I'm calling you from Edinburgh. The real McCoy is like saying the real deal, or like the best, the original, the actual thing.
Oh my gosh.
There is a very popular brand of crisps in the UK called McCoys, and they are the real McCoy. We might do more of these in the future if you found them interesting. If you think you know ones that we don't, please put them down in the comments. We always love hearing from you. If you want to know more about Intrepid English, you can find out all the details for our other social media channels and our Intrepid English Academy. That's in the description as well. And if you do want to learn more about American English phrasal verbs, the Academy is the place to go. That's Maddox's course. Guys, thank you very much for joining us. Maddox, thank you for taking part, and a moral victory to you, I think. I can't call that a draw. I have to concede defeat. You won there, but maybe we'll try again.
I'm sure there will be a rematch, though, so don't worry.
Fingers crossed. Thank you for watching, guys, and we'll speak to you soon.